It's been over a year since the last chapter of Berserk was released, and it's been over a year since the passing of Kentaro Miura. Berserk is my favorite manga of all time. In fact, I would even say it's probably my favorite piece of fiction of all time. It has my favorite protagonist, it has my favorite antagonist, and it has my favorite art direction, creature designs. I love almost every aspect of Berserk. It's made me feel so many emotions. I felt rage, I felt sadness, I felt disgust. I've even felt incredibly uncomfortable at times. But at the same time, I was able to feel inspired. I was able to feel hopeful. I was able to look at the world in a new way. At the end of chapter 364, many fans were sad that this would be the last chapter of Berserk. And I think the editors did the best that they could be, but it was obvious that Miura was planning to do more. Miura started introducing many concepts that never got to be explored. He also started introducing many characters that were going to become more prevalent as the series went on. So that begs the question, what is the original ending of Berserk? Well, an interviewer asked Miura, will Berserk have a happy ending? And this is what he had to say. I'd say it's possible. I used to have the final moves planned out, but lately I've been thinking I'd rather figure them out when I come to it. So now it's hard to say what could happen. Being the sort of person I am though, I actually don't think I could let such a long, grim story with a grim ending, like say having him suddenly die. I don't really like that kind of entertainment. I'll leave it to my subconsciousness. Miura probably had a general idea of what he wanted to do with the ending, but I'm pretty sure that he was waiting until he got there, until he formed his own conclusion of what was going to happen in the story. My pure speculation is that if Berserk had continued, it could have gone on to probably to 100 to maybe even 250 to probably even more chapters. Like I said, he was still introducing new concepts, new characters, and there was a lot that Miura still wanted to tell. Unless Miura had some secret manuscript for the ending locked in his basement, like Grisha Yeager from Attack on Titan, Berserk as we know it is ended until further notice. One of the sad truths that was happening probably towards the end of Berserk is that Miura started getting really fatigued. To constantly draw something like this and consistently have that good work, it tires you out. People had to understand that constantly drawing work like this takes time, it takes effort, and it took a lot out of him. And I know that a lot of people are speculating on his death was overwork, and I don't want to get into like any theories about that, but it's a huge problem in the manga industry of people being overworked, of people not taking any breaks. And I know the horrendous work hours that animators face. It's incredibly sad to hear that Miura was overworked. Interesting panel in the final chapter is when Guts swings the sword and he loses that sword. And I think that is a representation of Miura. As much as he loved Berserk and as much as he loved working on it, it was getting very tiring to draw, to write, and to think ahead. And Miura was getting older, what that does to your body to constantly be drawing and, constantly thinking ahead, it takes a toll on your body. There's been a huge debate of whether or not they should continue Berserk without Miura. Honestly, I don't think they should. We should just leave it as it is. It's going to be extremely hard to continue this story. In fact, it's probably going to be impossible without his vision, without his art, without his storytelling. It's just nothing is going to come close to it. Something will just feel off, and I don't think it'll sit right with a lot of people if they continue the story. Now, if they do have Miura's manuscript, maybe they found an ending, they could probably just animate that ending. And that being said, I don't think the ending really matters that much. I know that may not make sense, but I know that for endings for a movie, a TV show, video games, anime, I know they really resonate with the person, and it's the final message of what the show or what the story is about. Now, I know it's gonna sound cliche, but it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Not having an ending doesn't really depreciate the story. In a weird way, I think it actually fits with Berserk's message. It goes back to what Guts says.
You're going to be all right. You just stumbled over a stone in the road. It means nothing. Your goal lies far beyond this, doesn't it? I'm sure you'll overcome this. You'll walk again. Soon.